All right, today we're going to do open face roast beef sandwiches, but we're going to use biscuits because nobody likes slimy bread you can drink through a straw, right? And I'm going to take this over to the stove. I've got some oil heating up in my pot, and we're going to brown this on both sides and get it to boil. Okay, we've got a roast in. I would say that side's brown. Now we're going to finish browning that side. We're going to add some water, and then we're going to add some beef bouillon, and that should be about all it needs before we make our gravy. Okay, we've got the other side of our roast browned. Now we're going to deglaze it with some water. Just enough water to cover the roast. And I think we got about a little over 3 quarts of water. That should be plenty. This goes a lot faster in pressure cookers, Instant Pots, things like that, but I figured a lot of people didn't have one of those, so we're just going to do this the old way, slow way. So I'll probably be waiting on this at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours or so. We'll see. Okay, well, we've had a change of plans in the middle. This is one of them things, everything you touch has went wrong. I went to make biscuits. I got a kid that likes to bake cookies. I ain't got no flour. I go to make cornbread. I don't have any eggs. So I've made a thin pan of cornbread with no egg. We'll see if that holds together. And the open face roast beef sandwiches have changed from that into chunky beef stew. So let's get at it. Starting to smother out, it's getting late. So probably about 5 potatoes. We've got, I'd say that many celery stalks. I've had these carrots peeled for long, they're starting to change colors. They'll be all right. and some sweet onion. Gotta have that. And our leftover parsley from our meal the other day. A little bit of green and some prettiness. Found probably half a bag of peas in the freezer. They should go in at the end, but we ain't gonna worry about it. I believe they'll be fine. And probably a 1/3 cup of quick barley. A little bit of that stuff goes a long way. So I'm gonna go over to the pot and take you guys over there with me. All right, our meat's good and tender. It looks really good. We're gonna go ahead and add in our vegetables. And we're gonna add a little water. Just up to the top of the vegetables. This here will be done in probably, I'm gonna say, less than a half an hour. I'll get the corn flour ready to thicken it. Okay, our vegetables are pretty tender now. We're going to get us some of our soup juice. We'll get some of our cornstarch, that way we can thicken it a little. All right, I'll move us over to the counter and we'll plate and try her out. All right, that was a fight to the finish line, but turned out beautiful. Both hot. Cornbread even turned out. Lord, I don't know how that's delicious. That's better than what I normally make. That was a last ditch effort. But yeah, pot roast beef stew, you can't beat it, especially on a cold day. We'll call it a win somehow. I don't know how.